How excited are you to get started, and what do you think you can bring to Cork City FC, and tell us about your management style and so on?
Oh yeah, listen, I'm delighted obviously to be given the opportunity to manage such a massive club as well. So obviously not ideal situations, but listen, we are where we are, and we're going to rectify that next season and get back to where we need to be.
Yeah. How soon will you start to look around and strengthen the squad?
Listen, that's been ongoing from the second I got the job. We've been in the background making a lot of progress in that as well. So I'd say come the next week or so we'll be making announcements. Just we've got signings done and whatever else just has to be subject to paperwork and obviously medicals as well. So
yeah, obviously like attack is a big problem. No goals in the last 6 league games of Cork City last season, and Rory Keating's moved on. So that's obviously a big area, isn't it, for concern to strengthen?
Yeah, listen, you want to have goals in your team, so you can't have it just reliant on obviously one centre forward either. So yeah, it's an area of the pitch that we'll be looking to strengthening and get players in that are attacking, and obviously ones that are exciting as well to get the fans off the edge of their seat. Yeah,
how important is it, like in the first division, to ground running, Tim? Obviously it can be a tough division to get out of, has been proven on the years, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's a hard division to get out of, but again, listen, we have to go into every game next season. We know that we're going to be the name out there to first scout for every team. People are going to be looking at us and thinking that it's going to be easy in the first division as the only full-time team. It's not the case, but again, it's up to us to go out from day one and make sure that it's a positive start to the season and try and build momentum and keep it going for the whole year.
Now that you've arrived finally at Cork City, you know, what are your initial thoughts, and how have you been settling in the last few weeks?
No, really good. Obviously, as I said, I'm delighted to be given the opportunity to manage City. So it's one that I'm really looking forward to, and can't wait to experience a packed out Turner's Cross when they're cheering for you, not against you.
Tim, can you outline the process, I suppose, about how you became the Cork City manager and how it all came to be?
Yeah, listen, it was a couple of weeks back. The owner obviously reached out to me and just said, would I be interested in having a chat? I said, yeah. We went and we spoke, and he obviously laid out his plans that he wanted, and thought that I'd be able to be the right fit. And listen, again, with the opportunity that I was given, when it arose, I was only delighted to take the job.
And had you known Dermot previously?
I'd known Dermot from when he was at, he was sort of involved in the background at Bray, so I would have known him for a good few years and tic-tacked with him at games or whatever else we'd seen each other. We were sat next to each other and that, so it's different now, having to work with him.
What about your backroom staff, Tim? Have you thought about your backroom team?
Yeah, listen, it's more or less, we're going to, Richie's here as well, so he'll be part of the first team, coaching team with myself, same strength and conditioning coach, goalie coach, medical side of things, and I'll be bringing one person in with me from Scotland as well to help with the first team affairs.
Was it something to think about when Dermot offered the job, or was it immediately yes?
No, it's not. Listen, it's a huge club, so my wife might have said to think about it, it's so far away, but no, it's no. Listen, we spoke about that and opportunities that come up in football. I'm used to it now at this stage, and I've spent a lot of time away from the family over the years as a player and even as a manager as well, so it's just an extension that's part of the business, but when the opportunity came up, it was certainly one that I wanted to take.
Cork City is such a massive club and such a weight of expectation on it. Is there pressure on you to get promoted in your first year?
Listen, that's the only thing that's the remit for me, is to win the league, so that's pressure, but it's also a realistic pressure. It's City should be in the Premier Division. We're not there now, so it's my job. I've been given the job to make sure we get back up, and that's something that I'll thrive in, that pressure.
What's the message to supporters then heading into the season?
Again, listen, I'm only in the door, obviously. I'm excited, I'm delighted to be here. I understand that at the back of last season there was a lot of frustration with the fan base, and you can understand that to a degree as well. But now we're here where we are. We need to now look forward and make sure that the next 10 months or so, from January to the end of October, is a good experience, and we go back up and be in a lot better position than this time next year.
Like, you should have the biggest fan base, the biggest crowds through the gates in the first division next season. How important is it to get those fans on side early and get them right behind the team?
Yeah, exactly. I think in this country especially, players won't experience playing in front of a bigger and better fan base than here, so it's a huge opportunity for players, and I think they're lucky to be playing in front of that fans every week, and especially if we're winning games and scoring goals and they're behind us, it'll be an amazing experience.
Just the last one for me, Tim. How difficult do you think it will be to get the kind of quality player you're looking for to come to Cork City in the first division?
It shouldn't be difficult at all. I think, especially with the age profile that you want to be looking at as well. We want to build for the future, not just for next season. So if the players get an opportunity to come to play for a club this size, and use next season as a season to prove themselves, and then obviously kick the career on, I think it shouldn't be too difficult to attract players down here. It's a massive club, and it's one that most players in the country want to play at.
Just for yourself personally, over the last fortnight, how's it been? I suppose introductions, relocating. How's that whole kind of process been for you? Yeah,
listen, again, it's something I'm used to. It's funny enough, you don't have as many friends as you think when you're out of a job because your phone doesn't be going as much. But it's been non-stop the last 2 weeks, and that's what you're used to. It's I remember speaking to someone previously, a very experienced manager in this league, and he said to me, even if it's part-time, it's not part-time, it's full-time. So you're on the phone constantly. It's first thing in the morning you're making calls, last thing at night you're making calls, and hundreds and hundreds of calls during the day as well to completely different avenues and areas, and not just player recruitment, but you're looking at other things as well, and the whole setup of the club. So yeah, it's brilliant. I've been blessed to be given the opportunity, and it just goes on from my experience at Drogheda and at Pats as well, and it's something I'm used to, and I'm hoping now with them 5.5, 6 years behind me as manager, it's going to stand me in good stead here.
I suppose knowledge of the first division, how kind of key is that coming into the club?
Yeah, obviously I had 3 seasons with Drogheda, and the last 2 seasons were in the Premier Division with Pats, so or 3.5 seasons, with one with Drogheda and 2 with Pats. So it's obviously it's a division that it's tough. It is it's tough, but when you're a full-time team in the division as well, and we'll be making sure that the players are the fittest in the league, and we'll have plenty of pace in the team as well. So we're looking to make a statement next season.
And in terms of, I know you can't confirm yet, but how many kind of players have you, I suppose, signed up or committed for next season?
Yeah, there's players on retainers as well, and there's contracts there. There's other ones that are under contract, and we've done multiple ones from outside the club as well. And yesterday, and obviously in the next coming days there'll be other ones. But until we actually get them down here and sign and do the medicals, we obviously can't release anything. And again, there's as I said last night, there's if I wanted, I could pick my phone out now and sign 12 players or 10 players easily. There's a lot of players that want to come and play for this club, but we want to make sure they're the right ones, the right fit for the club, and also for us as the footballing side as well. We want the right ones in the building.
And is it important keeping on Richie and how's his role been, I suppose, in giving you kind of fill you in, I suppose, on the club and everything like that?
Yeah, again, it's really important to have continuity as well. Richie obviously was in the dressing room last year, and he knows the players that were there. He knows what happened, sort of with maybe clicks in the group, and the dynamics of it. So it's good to have that inside knowledge as well. And again, he's a local lad as well. He knows the club. He loves the club as well. So it's brilliant to have Richie along with me, and helping me next year settle in, and obviously driving the team on.
And I know with Liam stepping away as sporting director, is that something that's going to be? Is that structure going to be, I suppose, filled, or is that going to be yourself, I suppose, overseeing signings from now on?
Yeah, listen, again, I think at Drogheda and at Pats as well, I was in a similar situation where you obviously get help with signings, but it's ultimately down to the manager. I'd be the one that will be recruiting the players, and I'd be speaking with the owner, and we'll be doing work together. We'll obviously I'll identify the players. We'll go after the ones that we think are the right fit, and if deals can be done, we'll get them done and get them into the club.
And is experience in the Premier Division, First Division, that key for kind of players you're looking at, or are you kind of looking further afield as well?
We will have to look further afield as well. So obviously we're going to December now as well, and something that I think needs to happen in the League of Ireland more is longer term deals, and I think a few clubs, especially in the Premier Division, have been doing that now. You'll see clubs maybe giving 2-3 year deals, and it stops the merry-go-round every off-season, and that's something that has been changing in the League of Ireland. So we'll be looking at obviously inside the country, but also we have the facilities to bring people in from further afield, and they're the ones you have to make sure are right, because they have to be a fit and suit the style of play in the country, as well as the culture and everything else. You don't really need to or have time to for bedding that in.
In terms of style of play, actually, is there kind of a particular way you like to go about it, or does it kind of reflect things?
Yeah, listen, I like to I like my teams to score goals. I like attacking style of play. I think in me years at Drogheda, especially in the first division, we were the top scorers in the division multiple years. At Pats, in the one full season I had there, only Shamrock Rover scored more goals than us. So there will be a lot of goals scored, and that's what we want. We want to have players that have energy and pace and willing runners to run beyond and work hard, and again it'll be relevant to what players we get into the building, as well as formations and stuff like that. But I think you've core principles, and once players are mobile and willing runners, I think you've already off to a good start.
For sure. And last one from me, actually, you mentioned someone coming in with you from Scotland. Can they be named yet, or is that kind of TBC with paperwork as well?
No, I think it's Jamie Hamill I want to bring in. I played with Jamie at Kilmarnock. He spent a long time in his playing career in the SPL, the Scottish Premier League, and he also managed Stranraer and lower down the level in Scotland for a couple of seasons as well. So it'll be good for him to bring in his experience, but also completely freshness to the group as well, and a new voice that can also help.
Perfect. Cheers.
What's your own memories as a player playing against Cork City?
Well, I can remember one when we got battered 4-0 down here, which wasn't a great one. So, but no, again, like when I think that was the time when John won the league, 2016 maybe I think it was, and they started off with 17 wins in a row or something. I think it was. It was a record at that stage. I know I was at Bray at the time, and we actually had a very good start to the season. And I think we got humbled down here 4-0. And when you see the place when it's rocking like that, it's good as an opposition player to play in front of, and I'm sure it'll be unbelievable to manage in front of that behind you as well.
Like for yourself, do you feel like you have a point to prove over? I suppose how things ended with Pats.
No, not really. Again, you can revise history and whatever else, and this season they finished with 62 points in the league, and it was a brilliant season. The season before me they finished with 62 points, and it was a brilliant season. And I had a poor season with 61 points, so it's how it gets looked at. I don't think we did too poorly there. Obviously we lost 3 games in the space of 7 or 9 days at the start of the season, and then 9 days before I left the club we were second in the league, and we lost 3 again in a week, and that's just the reality of football now, as well as with the magnitude of social media. It's instant reaction, and there was a lot of noise. So again, I don't think it was the wrong time for me to leave either. So I don't really have a point to prove. I think my track record with Drogheda, and even with Pats as well, qualifying for Europe and having going through a round or 2 in Europe as well was a good experience for me, and I think it will hold me in good stead down here.
And like, I suppose when you look at the size of Cork City, like Rory said as well, like what is your message to supporters?
It's just we want to entertain. We want to get the fans back on side and get them enjoying it on a Friday night as well. And we start that by winning games this season. Listen, when the fans are behind the team and you have the magnitude of the support down here, it's brilliant. But it's also for me and the players to give the fans something to get behind as well, and that's something that we'll be concentrating on from day one of pre-season.
You mentioned continuity is important. Did you get a chance to look back on last season and I suppose where things went wrong in the Premier Division?
Again, listen, I wasn't in the building, so I can't talk about last season and what went wrong and what was right. What was right. I'm here now, and I can only really look forward. Obviously, there was a lot of talented players in the squad last season, which is why they won the first division the year before with Colin. And things happened. Whatever happened last season, it just didn't click, and we are where we are now. So I've got to look forward now and make sure that we've got to get the best feeling amongst the group and the connection with the fans to be closer and better and start the ground running next season.
One last one for me. When I suppose Cork City's got a very good track record developing young players over the last couple of seasons. Colin had a very close relationship with Liam Kearney. Have you got a chance to speak with Liam, the head of the academy? Yeah,
I've been speaking to Liam closely. I think if anyone looks at myself, I don't think there's a manager in the country that plays and gives opportunities to younger players more than me. I've done it my time at Drogheda. I've done it my time at Pats as well. I was playing a 16-year-old week in, week out in Sam Curtis for St. Pat's, and Adam Murphy as well when he was 17. And also at Drogheda, I was giving lads debuts at 17 years of age, 18 in playing most weeks as well, in a pressured environment. We wanted to win the league and get promoted. So I think the youth side of things and the strength of the academy and players coming through and getting into the first team is a huge part of every club, and it's conversations I've had with the owner and I've had with Liam as well, and I'll be leaning on them massively this year to bring the best ones through, and I want to get local young talented players the opportunity in the first team, and that'll certainly be the case again next year.
The landscape in the first division has changed obviously with Galway and Waterford being promoted. Do you still look at it as a major difficult challenge to get promotion this year, even with the two best clubs kind of over it now? So.
Yeah, I think it's that situation now where probably with Waterford and Galway going out, people would think, sure, it'll be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's difficult places to go. You see Cove were strong last year, Wexford were strong as well, and I know they're going to add this year again. You've UCD coming down, and they've the experience of the Premier Division football for a few seasons, and if you look at how UCD are, they always have that cycle of they'll do well, they'll win the first division, they'll get to the Premier Division, they get the experience of the Premier Division. It might be a young group, and then they drop down, and you can see that they've obviously brought in Ronan Finn this year, and there might be one or two older lads, experienced lads going in to help the young lads, so they'll be certainly strong again next year. And again, Bray have had a lot of money put into them as well in the last lot of years, so Athlone were strong last year, so it's going to be a tough league. Finn Harp's not an easy place to go to either. So I think that the landscape of having a Waterford and a Galway out of the league
doesn't make it any easier.
Like people will think it's easy, and it's not. It's a very difficult division, and it is in most countries. The one below the top flight's a hard one to get out of. So we've got to make sure that we have the right attitude from day one, and we have to go into every single game with the foot down, and there's no let off.
Squad wise, you open up 25 or 30 players on more religions.
No, listen, I don't want to work with a squad of huge amount of numbers. I think speaking there obviously about the academy players, there's some good young players at this club, and I don't want to bring players into the first team that's just to block young lads' pathway as well. I think it's an opportunity to involve younger players from the academy, and it's not just for a token gesture, it's the ones that are right and ready to play and be given the opportunity. So it'll be obviously a bulk of the first team. We'll get a few loan players in as well, the right ones in, and it'll be made up then of the maybe 3, 4, 5 academy players as well that will strengthen the first team squad as well.
And you kind of intend to spread the net across channel. You mentioned Havel are coming from Scotland. Are you kind of looking at players in England and Scotland?
Yeah, again,
it won't be just within the League of Ireland.
No, it'll be ones from within the League of Ireland. We'll get the squad together, and then we look at the 4 loan options that we'll have. We'll be specific to positions that we think we need to strengthen in. I've got plenty of contacts in the UK where I've personal relationships with people that are in the clubs as maybe sporting directors or head of recruitment at places, and it's important to get the right players in that come in with the right attitude, and they want first team experience for the right reasons as well. And that's going to be important, them relationships that I have to identify the right characters and the right players that are hungry for first team experience that we'll be able to give them next year, and they certainly won't be able to go on loan in England anywhere where they'll be playing in front of crowds that will be here next year.